What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pot of Aggie Land. This is your host, yours truly, Chase Lane. I was number 2 in the field, but I will always be number 1 in everybody's hearts. So, this episode comes at a change of pace, a change of scenery in my life. If you haven't been keeping up with me and what I've been doing and the decisions that I've been making, I decided to enter the NCAA transfer portal on this past Tuesday. And, it's just been a decision that I felt like was best for me and me and my family going forward academically and athletically at this time. And, just wanted to explore all my options and make sure that I was doing what I need to be doing to, just continue to progress and continue to grow. So we'll obviously be getting into that. And, I'll just kind of just be, just talking about an array of topics. But as always, I didn't give y'all one on Monday, but for today, we're going to be doing a quote of the day. So in light of everything that has been going on with my life recently, the quote is, "The art of life is a constant readjustment to our surroundings." I'll say it again. The art of life is a constant readjustment, to our surroundings. And I think that quote kind of explains itself. And, just in life, change is inevitable. And change is something that all of us are going to have to deal with at some point in time. And change can be beautiful. Change can be scary. And, change can be unknown. So, I think I'm in a, I don't want to say a tough position right now, but I'm kind of in a new space because, I've been, locked in and I've been, attached to a program for the last, 4 years of my life. And, there was so much security in knowing that, like at the end of each season, like you didn't have to worry about like where you're going to be next year or, like where you're going to be living. So because I knew I was going to be at A&M and I knew I was going to be in College Station. So, being in this space, being in the portal has generated so many, just different things in my life. And, it's an exciting time for me. I feel like it was the right time for me, moving forward. But yeah, the quote is, "The art of life is a constant readjustment to our surroundings." Where does yesterday rank for home game memories from my time here at A&M? This game, of course, Alabama game from 2021, Florida game of 2020. Those are probably the best moments I've been a part of in my home games at A&M. But honestly, this game has to rank number 1. We faced so much adversity and ups and downs. For us to end it like that on a high note going into the offseason, it was almost a storybook finish for us. So Alexis Knox and the Hudson team are helping the people of the Bryan-College Station area and Austin to find their dream homes and to create these same amazing home memories for themselves. The Hudson team is the number 1 Zillow ranked team in the Bryan-College Station area based on sales volumes and the number of transactions done each year. All members of the team are former students of Texas A&M, including our friend Alexis Knox. Alexis is a broker associate and a realtor with over 5 years of experience. She and her team love helping Aggies find their dream homes and are with you every step of the way throughout the process. We all know the importance of a good home in college football, and us Aggies have one of the best. So if you're in the Bryan-College Station area or Austin, contact them at 281-745-0010. That's 281-745-0010. You can also find Alexis at Alexis Knox Realtor on all social media platforms or on her website at alexisknoxre.com. So let's get right into it, man. What went into my decision to enter the transfer portal? I don't think it was like one clear cut, like, oh, this is why I'm hitting it. Like, I didn't catch X amount of balls. I didn't get X amount of touchdowns. Like, I think for me, it was just, I've been with the program and I've been on the team for, the last 4 seasons, obviously redshirting in my initial freshman year back in 2019. And, I've been a part of the program for a while. Um, all the guys I came in with, and the majority of the guys I played with in my time here, they've moved on, in NFL, other schools, just in life, period. And it just kind of felt like it was time. Like, for instance, you guys know I got my degree. I'm working on a master's. I'm only 21 years old, but I've kind of been able to make my imprint at A&M, and I feel like I've done a good job at that. So I think for me, I kind of touched base on it earlier in the season on one of the episodes where I was just kind of talking about like my production this season and how my numbers weren't necessarily where I had liked them to be. So I think for me, if I had to pinpoint a main reason as to why I decided to enter the portal, it was really just for an opportunity to see if I could maximize my my ability and maximize my talents at a different program. And, not saying that I couldn't have done that here at A&M because, I've been able to have success here at A&M on and off the field. But, I think for me, I was really just trying to see, like, I just feel like I could do a little more. And I felt like I could be utilized a little bit more in a different kind of offense. So why not take that chance if it presents itself? And, I think I did it the right way. I stayed here for my 4 seasons, man. I got my degree because ultimately, like, that's like why you go to college. I finished with my degree, and I'm gonna have a second degree by the time I do leave A&M because I'm still gonna be here in the spring semester. I'm just gonna be finishing up my master's. So, yeah, I think I did everything the right way, and it's kind of nice when. So usually, like you see guys like post that they're entering the portal or or it gets leaked somewhere and you kind of see like fans like, oh, like, why would you leave? Yada, yada, yada. Like, oh, you suck, this, that, and the third. But like from what I've seen and, just from what people have told me, like it has been nothing but, just positive words, words of affirmation, words of encouragement, support just from the 12th man. And, they've been in my corner these last couple of years. And, just to see that I've been able to have such an impact on the people, not only within the within the program, but just in College Station and in Aggie land in general, it means a lot to me. Like I feel like I've tried to embody the concept of what a student athlete should be. And, I feel like if you were to look up the word student athlete in the dictionary, you're going to see a picture of me smiling right next to it. So, I feel like I've done things the right way. And I feel like, and also like when I didn't enter the portal, before I entered the portal, I talked to Coach Fisher, I talked to my receiver coach, Coach Coley, and, I talked to my old receiver coach, Coach Craig, and, they were, 100% supportive. And, I had different coaches reach out to me, just text me and say like, hey, if you need anything, like if I need to talk to a coach at a different school, like just let me know. So, I just feel like that respect shows because, I just, like I said, I feel like I've done things the right way. I stayed out of trouble. I've always taken care of my business, excuse me. So to answer that question, that's probably why I decided to enter the portal, was just kind of look for more of an opportunity on the offense side of the ball in terms of like the passing game and things of that nature. So at what point in the season did I think that this might happen? I don't think it was like a certain game that was like, okay, like, oh yeah, you got to hit the portal at the end of the year. I think it was just how the season went, in fall camp, I got a lot of reps with the ones and, I was in the starting lineup and things like that. And, as we got to the season, which I don't have a problem with, let me preface by saying that I don't have a problem with this at all. But, I just got rotated and, I'm a firm believer that if you want to have a successful offense, you need to get more guys involved and, you got to have more of a rotation at receiver, especially in that position because we do so much running. But I just felt like, and I realized that I was being rotated quite frequently. And it was never really made aware to me that was going to happen. So when it did happen, it was kind of like a what's the word? It was a shocker. It was a shocker for sure because it happened as early as week 1, in the Sam Houston game. And, I just saw my reps because back in 2020, I was playing like 68 to 70 snaps a game and only really coming out if I like desperately needed to, getting some games like Mississippi State game, I only played like 8 snaps. And like the Arkansas game, I only played like 4 or 5 snaps. So, that drastic change in my playing time, I felt like played a major factor in my decision. And I think a misconception, like I saw a few comments on Twitter like, oh, he's leaving because he got beat out by a bunch of younger guys. Like that that's just like the casual fan that would just say that. That has no reason, no correlation as to why I decided to enter the portal and why I thought this might happen. But in this offense, in Coach Fisher's offense, which is a really, 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 really good offense to be a part of, and it's taught me so much about the game. Let me just say that. But there are some spots at the receiver position that are going to get more opportunities to make plays on the ball than other positions at receiver, if that makes any sense. And that sometimes that's just how offenses play out. And in a pro style offense, you do have your hot spots at receiver and at tight end and things like that. So unfortunately, the position I played at receiver didn't necessarily get a lot of opportunities to make plays on the ball. And when we did get the opportunity, it was really, basic route concepts. And, obviously you've seen Noah Thomas. He's been having tremendous success playing. We mean him and I, we played the same position, and, he's been able to make plays, score a few touchdowns. So like I said, like the offense is not the problem, and it's a great offense. Let me say that. But, like I said, I keep going back to it. I just feel like I needed a little bit more because, I do have aspirations of playing at the next level. And, I think that concept just gets so lost because I've been able to do so much outside of football, like, just being a president of an organization and, just being so active on campus and things like that. I think people really forget that, like, I'm still a football player and I still, want to play at the next level. So I think that over the course of the year, when I look back, I was like, okay, if I continue to stay here, I don't know if I put myself in the best position to get to the next level, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, if that answers the question, then I feel like I explained it well. But moving on, in who I consulted with when it came to making this decision, my mom and my dad, those were the first two people that I've just been talking to throughout the year, just weighing in options, just hearing their opinions because their opinions mean so near and dear to me. And, talking to my girlfriend as well. And, a few of my teammates I actually had conversations with. And, just having I kind of talked about it when I did my episode with Kenyon Jackson and Brian Williams. And, Brian kind of talked about it, just having that support circle and having that support group it makes things so much easier. And so, when it came to making the decision, to enter the portal, it wasn't like I didn't feel like it was a regret. Like it was a simple like task to accomplish. Like, I filled out the forms I had to do. I did the little transfer module I had to do. I talked to my compliance guys in the compliance office, and it was smooth because I felt like I was just so sure with my decision and, just so confident with my decision that I was making the right one. Then it was smooth. And, just having the ability, to consult with my family and with my girlfriend and with my teammates and with my friends, it really helped in making it a smooth transition for me. So, how hard is it going to be leaving Texas A&M? Ooh, man, it's gonna be extremely hard. like I said, I've been here the last 4 years. I've been tied to A&M since 2017 when I first got the offer. So, A&M's been a major part of, my growth and my development, just as a man. And, I've met so many people along the lines, and, I've been able to form like lifelong relationships, friendships, bonds with so many people in College Station. So it's gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be different, like when I do get to my next school, and when like when I am on campus and everything, because I've been an Aggie my whole adult life. So even though I'm not that old, I've been an Aggie because I feel like I'm old sometimes. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard, but I think, and I was kind of saying earlier, like how I felt like I did things the right way. There's not a doubt in my mind that I won't always be welcome back here. Like, I know I'm always going to be welcome back here. Like, no matter where I'm at, like, no matter where I'm playing, no matter where I am in life, like, I'm always going to be welcome back to A&M. And I can, like, wholeheartedly say that confidently that I'm always going to be welcome back. And it just means a lot because I've been able to be a part of something bigger than myself in so many different aspects of life here at Texas A&M. And even though it didn't end the way I wanted it to athletically, that was just a journey that God put me on. So I can't really complain because things could have been so much worse, and things could have just been drastically differently. So I'm really just grateful for my time here, and I'm so just gracious for the journey that God put me on at A&M. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. Honestly saying that. I talked to Coach Fisher. He was really just supportive with my decision, and he was just like, if you need anything, like, let me know. Like, I'll do anything. Like, you've been a part of a lot of our success here, and like, I thank you for that. I'm telling you guys like what Coach Fisher was saying to me, and he was saying like how I've just been just a major part of our success, and I've been able to help establish his program, just help him propel into the future. And my two position coaches that I've had, they told me like, hey, like, you need anything at all, like, you just let me know. And then I've had like defensive coaches like hit me up and say like, hey, like where do you think about going, and like do you need any help, like you need anything, like we got you. So that's just a testament to just how those men are off the field. And I know they coach us hard, and and they get in our ass, and and they coach us really hard, but it just goes to show you the kind of men they are off the field. And I've heard stories of kids who have had like bad experiences when they inform that their coaching staff that they plan on entering the portal. So that was obviously going through the back of my mind, like, oh, like, I don't want them to be like upset about it. I don't want them to be like, just give me a hard time about it. But they were very adults about it. They were understanding, they were supportive, and they really showed their true colors, and I mean that in a good way. And I really appreciate their support because they're making this transition and this process that much more easier for myself, because the transfer portal in today's time is crazy. And I had the ability to enter the portal a little earlier because I'm a grad transfer, so the transfer portal windows like don't apply to me, so to speak. So I know on December 5th it's going to be Christmas for a lot of schools out there. So just a shout out to my coaching staff at A&M who has just made this transition and so easy and simple for me, and have just really just helped me through everything. So a big ups to them for that. What do I think is the future for Texas A&M football? I kind of talked about this in the last episode when I was recapping the LSU game. But man, like, those younger guys, I feel like I really wish that I could be here for the spring. I mean, okay, let me just put this out there. I'm not going to be gone in the spring semester. I think I said this earlier in the episode, but I'm going to be here finishing my master's. So, hopefully, they'll let me come out and watch practice or something. I don't know if they will. I might have to talk to Coach Fisher about that. But, man, spring is going to be so important for them. And, just establishing themselves, those younger guys, because a lot of us are leaving, and a lot of that team is like, I think next year is going to be like a for real like whole new team. Like all those young guys are going to be the team. Like you're not going to see like any 2019 guys. You'll see a few 2020 guys, but now it's mainly just 2021 guys, 2022 guys, and then like the 2023 class that comes in January and in summer. But I think the spring is going to be so important for guys like Connor Wigman, just taking that next step. He's already showed that he can ball, and he already showed that he can play at this level. So I think for him, it's just taking that next step in being a leader, not only to the offense, but to the whole team. And he definitely has it in him because, he just has that confidence, and he has that swag about him. So I feel like that's going to be really important for him. Evan Stewart, he's arguably going to be wide receiver 1 if he wasn't this year. Him and Moose, they're going to have to take big steps, just because, I feel like I was leader in that locker room, even though I didn't get a lot of playing time or a lot of targets and things like that. I do feel like I was the leader in that room, just having the most experience at the time, and, just being the older guy in the receiver room. But, guys like Evan and Moose, and especially Moose, are going to really have to step up as leaders, because Moose is going to be a redshirt junior next year, technically a senior. So, he came in during the COVID year. But, yeah, man. Guys, on the defense side of the ball, Fadil's coming back. Fadil Diggs, Jordan Gilbert's coming back. Don't know if Antonio Johnson's coming back or not yet. Don't know if, Devon A-Chain, our running back's coming back or not yet. I don't know what they're doing. But, just a lot of guys are going to have to step up as leaders, but they more like they have it in them. And that's I can like confidently say that they have it in them. So the future for A&M football, I do see them competing for SEC championships as early as next year, because I do feel like they have the talent to do it. And now I feel like it feels weird saying like they and like them, because it's so weird. But I do see them competing for championships as early as next season, just because I feel like after they were able to, just knock LSU off, and even though we finished 5-7, that sends a program into a very good offseason. And, just getting a jump on the offseason can be that much more beneficial for a program, in terms of just strength and conditioning and, just team bonding and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to watching A&M these next couple of years, man, because I do honestly think that they can win it right now. I feel like I think Connor can lead the team to the national championship. I think Evan Stewart, Musa Muhammad, I think those guys can compete for the Blintikoff Award, man. Like, it's that real. And, I know we've been saying it the last 5 years, and, just the record we had in year 5, it was kind of like a slap in the face to everybody that's been supporting us. But, yeah, I think it's about to get, like, for real in College Station, like, no doubt. And I think it's looking good. It's going to be really exciting to see next season for A&M. I need to go look at their schedule. I think they got Miami on the road next year, so that should be a good test, So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing those guys play, because I do feel like they can go all the way if they want to. They're going to go as far as they want to go, and if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But they're going to go as far as they want to go, and that's all up to them. Like, honestly, the only thing that can beat A&M next year is themselves, and I mean that. So, moving forward, let's get into some questions. I kind of just been using this episode, just to kind of just break the ice or break my silence, so to speak. I know I made an announcement on social media, but, I just wanted to like get on here and, just talk to y'all, so y'all can just see, where I'm coming from, and, to see like what's going on with me and just being in the portal. And these next couple episodes are actually going to be kind of fun and kind of interesting, because I'm going to bring a guest on next week for you guys, a big guest that I think you guys will really, really, really enjoy. I'll give y'all a hint, Sub-Zero. But anyway, I think these next couple episodes, y'all really just get y'all already got a look into what the life of an A&M football player is. But now you're going to get the look of an A&M football player who is in the transfer portal, and just what the transfer portal looks like from the inside. So, I got some fun stuff lined up for you guys. But anyway, getting into some questions. Question number 1: would you consider returning to A&M after football? in an administrative or faculty capacity? Huh. Um, I definitely would. You know, if you've known me, I've said this so many times. Like, I want to get into broadcasting, yeah. But later on, I do want to eventually become an athletic director at a Power Five institution like a A&M. So, um, yeah, if you know if the NFL this isn't an option for me after I'm done playing, just later on, I feel like Ross Bjork and I have built a strong enough relationship and a bond to where I think I could be welcomed back in a role, just to work under him, just to, just get taught by him in the athletic director world. And I do think that like I said, I think that I will easily be welcomed back here just from what I've done here on campus. So, yeah, I would consider it. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, like I'm coming back to A&M after I'm done playing. Like, yeah, but I mean, yeah, if the opportunity presented itself and it made sense, then yeah, I don't see why not. I feel like I would definitely consider it. Next question. What impact did the kind of season team have play a role in your decision? Good question. I don't think it was I don't think it was like it wasn't like a team. It wasn't like our season. It was like, oh, like we're losing. I gotta go. Like I gotta get up and go. Like I can't lose no more. Like nah. I mean, have I ever lost like this? Like ever in my like playing career? Like college, high school, whatever. No, I've never like been a part of a losing season like we had this year. But it didn't play a role at all because at the same time, man, like as much as it was, as how confident, even though I was so confident in making my decision and entering the portal, like it was still hard because I just love playing like with these guys on this team, you know, and I've been able to make like relationships and just friendships beyond the field that just mean the world to me. So I've just been so comfortable in College Station. So nah, it wasn't like our season and our record that was like, okay, I got to get up and leave. It was more so kind of what I was talking about earlier, just my production and how I wasn't really content with my production, and I felt like I could do more in terms of production, and that's what led me to entering the portal, and that's what played the biggest role in my decision. But let's talk about some other things for a minute. Just the SEC championship coming up. It's championship week with all the conferences. So we got Georgia versus LSU. Yeah, Georgia versus LSU. Predictions. I got Georgia by like 21 points. I think. I feel like. I mean, LSU's a really good team. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, there's like they didn't just like pop off the TV to me. And there's definitely been like better LSU team, and I'm not even talking about the 2019 team with like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and them. I'm not even talking about that team, but I do believe that they've had better like LSU teams in the past. So even though this team was talented, I didn't see them like them making the SEC championship game from the West. I was like, what? Like that? How's that? Like I had Ole Miss in the title game before them. Like honestly, but yeah, I got Georgia by like 21 points. They hit their stride after that little lull they had against Missouri, like in the middle of the year. And, I do want it to be a game for a little bit, but then I do like see Georgia pulling away because, I do feel like they're that dominant and they're that strong. But, yeah, that's my prediction for the SEC championship game, man. So, just wrapping things up with some closing remarks. Yeah, this is definitely not the last episode of the Pod of Aggieland, and the pod isn't going anywhere. So, yeah, I didn't think that. Obviously, I didn't like want to leave A&M. You feel me? Like I didn't come into this season like, oh, like I just need to get to the end of the year so I can get up and leave. Like that, those were never my intentions. So I don't want that to get like misconstrued because, when you see like a guy like me in my position, like an older guy, a grad transfer when they're leaving, like people start to question, like, oh, he was just trying to get to the end of the year so he could get up and leave. Oh, that stuff. So it was never that. But yeah, man, like for me to have only 7 catches, and I did miss the last couple of games because of my back injury, but I could have played an LSU game. I just didn't get rotated in, and I was kind of upset about that. I'll be honest, but we got the win, so that's all I care about. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, I didn't like want to leave, and it kind of sucks that it got to the point to where like I ultimately had to make this decision for myself, because it ultimately did end up being the best decision for myself going forward. But man, I only had 7 catches, 76 yards, and like I said, like back when I was talking about it, I'd be lying, like if I sat here and said, "Oh, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm cool with that," because like I'm a competitor, and like I know what I can do on a football field, and I know what I can bring to a football team beyond leadership, and and beyond like blocking, and beyond just being this ambassador at Texas A&M. I feel like I'm much more than that, and when I say that, I just mean on the football field, because I feel like I've shown everything I'm capable of off the field, but now I owe it to myself and to the rest of the world that like I can still ball too. And like, a lot of people sit here and say, "Oh, like he's good, but he's not." Man, like I got confidence in myself for real, and I think that's why it was so easy. Not easy, but it was just a smooth feeling just putting myself in the portal, because like I'm in a position now where I'm like, look, like I just want to ball, like, and not even saying that like I want to catch every single ball, like I want to be greedy, yada yada yada, but like I just want to like prove it to myself first, but then prove it to everybody else that like believed in me, that like I can produce, and I can play ball at a high level, and I can be a guy that's like considered to get drafted and things like that. So I will definitely be sharing the journey and the process with you all on the show in the next episodes to come up. Yeah, man, it's hard. And, just seeing everyone saying just like thank you and telling me thank you just for like what I've done for the program, but the university and, just the community up here, it means a lot, because it just proves that I'm a class act and that I've done things the right way. So it's definitely going to be hard to say goodbye to A&M, but it's never going to be goodbye, because, A&M will forever and always be home to me. And, I'll always be an Aggie. Like that's first and foremost. Like, this is where I got my degree from. Like, this is where I got my Aggie ring from. Like, I've made so many memories here, but, it was just time for me. And hopefully you guys will continue to support me at wherever school I land at. I've had a kind of a plethora of schools, just reaching out to me and contacting me, but I'll keep it at that for now. And when we get later on into December, I'll eventually come out with like a top schools list. So I'll get into all that when we get there. So thank you guys again for tuning in to another episode of the Pod of Aggie Land. Gig 'em forever. This is your host, Chase Lane. I'm out. Peace.